Have you noticed how most people grow up believing that the only way to have financial security is to find a stable job? From an early age, we hear phrases like, "Public servants have guaranteed futures," or "Just find a good job and work hard." But what if I told you that this mindset might be preventing you from becoming wealthy? Most people see their job as a safe haven. They trade their time for money and feel protected by the fixed salary at the end of the month. But there's a problem with this. While the employee works to build the employer's dream, the entrepreneur builds their own fortune. The rich understand that relying on a single job is like walking on a tightrope. One company cut or an economic crisis and everything can collapse. That's why they focus on creating businesses, investing and multiplying their earnings. It doesn't mean you need to quit your job tomorrow, but you need to start thinking like an entrepreneur. How can I generate income beyond my salary? How can I make my money work for me? This shift in mindset might be the first step to transforming your financial life. After all, those who think like employees earn like employees. Those who think like owners get rich like owners. Have you ever had an amazing idea to make money but gave up because you were afraid of losing? If so, know that you're not alone. The fear of losing money is one of the biggest blocks that prevent people from getting wealthy. Since we were little, we've been taught to avoid risks. Phrases like, "Money doesn't accept disrespect," or "A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush," make us believe that any financial loss is a failure. But the rich see it differently. Losing money is part of the learning process. Think of a soccer player. He doesn't score every goal, but each mistake teaches him something new. The same applies in the financial world. Those who fear losing never get in the game, and those who never get in the game never win. The rich understand that there is no 100% safe investment, and that's why they study, test strategies, and learn from their mistakes. To them, a loss isn't a defeat, it's experience. If you want to build wealth, you need to change the way you view risk. Instead of asking, "What if I lose money?" start asking, "What if I learn something that helps me make much more in the future?" After all, the greatest loss of all is never trying. Have you ever let an opportunity slip by out of fear of losing? Have you ever had the chance to make more money, but gave up because you were afraid of losing what you already had? Maybe a friend mentioned a promising investment, a promising course, or even the chance to start a small business. But in the end you thought, "What if it goes wrong?" This thought is more common than it seems. We were raised to believe that losing money is something terrible, almost unforgivable. Since we were little, we've heard phrases like, "Better to guarantee a little than risk and end up with nothing." Investing is for rich people, and the rich can lose. What comes easy goes easy. But are these beliefs helping you or holding you back? The truth is that the rich think differently. They don't see financial losses as failures, but as valuable lessons. They know that every lesson has a cost, and that making mistakes is part of the process of growing financially. Now, stop and think. How many times have you learned something by making a mistake? When you learned to ride a bike, you fell a few times. When you started driving, you made mistakes behind the wheel. And still, you didn't give up because you knew it was part of the learning process. In the financial world, the logic is the same. Those who fear losing money end up never investing, never trying, and consequently never growing. The big entrepreneurs and investors in the world have lost money at some point. What sets them apart is that they learn from those losses and adjust their strategies to earn more in the future. They don't freeze in fear. If you want to build wealth, you need to change the way you view risk. Instead of thinking, "What if I lose money?" you start thinking, "What if this experience teaches me something that makes me earn much more later?" This doesn't mean you should start investing without planning. On the contrary, It means that by studying and taking small, calculated steps, you'll be growing in knowledge and experience rather than staying stuck in fear. Think of all the opportunities you've let pass by because you were afraid of losing. Now imagine where you could be if you had learned to overcome that fear and use those experiences to your advantage. After all, the greatest risk of all is never trying. Imagine two people who earn exactly the same salary. João and Pedro work at the same company, perform the same tasks, and receive the same amount every month. However, after a few years, João is still struggling, full of bills to pay, while Pedro has money saved, started investing, and even bought a property that generates extra income. What made the difference? Financial education. Most people work hard their whole lives, but never learn how to manage money. They know how to earn, but they don't know how to multiply or protect what they earn. And without this knowledge, they always end up in the same situation. They earn, spend, and wait for the next paycheck to repeat the cycle. The problem is that the system doesn't teach about money. In school, we learn how to calculate complex equations, memorize historical dates, and even analyze literature. But no one teaches us how money works, how to invest, how to avoid debt, or how to make money work for us. This means that, without seeking knowledge on their own, most people are stuck in a cycle of financial survival. They don't know about assets and liabilities, the difference between something that puts money in your pocket and something that only takes it out. Taxes, how to pay less legally and intelligently. Investments, where to put money to make it grow. Good and bad debts, knowing when a loan can be a leverage and when it's a trap. The rich understood something essential. Those who don't know how to manage money will always work for those who do. That's why they don't just make money, they study how to make it grow. They learn about investments, how to reduce taxes, and how to build wealth strategically. If you want to change your financial life, the first step is to seek knowledge. Today, there are books, courses, videos, and tools that can teach you everything about money. The secret is not to depend only on what you were taught in school or at work. So, ask yourself this question. What do you really know about money? Did you learn on your own, or did you just follow what you saw others doing? The lack of financial education is not your fault, but the decision to continue without learning is. Imagine a tightrope walker walking across a rope. Now think that this rope represents your salary. While everything is stable, he can stay steady. But what if the rope breaks? What if there's an unforeseen event, a cut at the company, or a crisis? He falls. This is exactly how many people live, depending on a single income source. The problem is that relying solely on your salary puts your financial stability in the hands of others, your boss, the company, the economy. Any turbulence can mean financial difficulties. The rich understand that having multiple income sources is the key to financial security and freedom. They don't rely on just one stream of money, they diversify. Here are some examples of how they do this. Investments, stocks, real estate funds, fixed income, money working for them. Enterprises own businesses, franchises, consultancies, royalties, books, courses, patents, music, something that generates income without needing constant presence. Passive income, rental properties, dividends from stocks, financial earnings. Each of these sources adds a new rope for the tightrope walker. If one breaks, he doesn't fall because there are others holding him. Now think about your own situation. If your salary disappeared today, how long could you maintain your standard of living? If the answer scares you, it's a sign that it's time to create new income streams. And that doesn't mean you need to quit your job right now. On the contrary, it means you should start building something slowly, with intelligence and strategy. You can invest part of your money, start a small side business, learn about financial assets, or develop a skill that can be monetized. The important thing is not to depend on just one source of money. The rich aren't smarter than anyone. They just understood that money should come from multiple places at the same time. Have you ever heard of people who earn a good salary but are always strapped for cash? Or even millionaires who lost everything and ended up bankrupt? This happens because it doesn't matter how much you earn, but how you manage your money. Most people follow a dangerous cycle: earn money, pay bills, spend the rest, and wait for the next payment to do it all over again. When a promotion or salary raise comes, instead of investing, they increase their spending. This has a name: lifestyle inflation. In other words, the more a person earns, the more they spend, buying a new car, increasing their standard of living, financing things they don't need. The problem, they still have no money left over even though they are earning more. Meanwhile, the rich do things differently. Instead of spending everything they earn, they follow a simple strategy: pay themselves first. Before paying bills, they set aside a portion of their money for investments and wealth building. Buy assets, not liabilities. Instead of spending money on things that lose value, they invest in income sources such as stocks, real estate, and businesses. Create a strategic budget. They know exactly where every penny goes and avoid impulsive spending. The truth is, it doesn't matter whether you earn a lot or a little. If you spend it all, you'll never get rich. But if you learn to use money intelligently, you can build wealth even starting with little. Now, think about your own money. Do you know exactly where it's going? Are you building something for the future or just maintaining a cycle of spending? The key to breaking this cycle is simple. Before spending, pay yourself first. Put a portion of what you earn to work for you by investing in something that will bring returns. And remember, if you spend everything you earn, you're always starting from zero. Do you want to keep doing that? Or would you rather build a path to financial freedom? Imagine two people who receive an unexpected bonus of $10,000. The first one rushes to buy a new car and finances the difference. Now, besides the down payment, they have monthly installments, need to pay for insurance, maintenance, and fuel. That money's gone and doesn't come back. The second person decides to use the $10,000 to buy dividend-paying stocks or a small rental property. From that moment, that money starts working for them, generating more money over time. The difference between the two, one spent on a liability, the other invested in an asset. But what are assets and liabilities? Asset puts money in your pocket. Example: investments, rented properties, profitable businesses. Liability takes money out of your pocket. Example: finance cars, credit card debt, unnecessary purchases. Many people confuse this. They think a home, for example, is an asset. But if it only generates expenses and doesn't provide financial returns, in practice it's a liability. The rich understood this difference and therefore focus on buying assets first. They use money to acquire things that generate more money, and only then do they spend on liabilities. The middle class does the opposite. They work, earn money, and spend it all on liabilities without building any source of income. The result? They spend their whole lives working to maintain a standard that will never lead them to financial freedom. Now, stop and think. Do you have more assets or liabilities in your life? Is the money you earn being invested in something that will generate more money, or is it just being spent? If you want to change your financial life, the secret is simple. Before buying anything, ask yourself if it will put money in your pocket or take it out. This one mindset shift could be the key to your financial independence. So, what will you choose? Continue accumulating liabilities or start building assets? Imagine you're in a race. You're running as fast as you can, but around you most people are walking slowly or even stopping. What happens? You get pulled down, slow down, and in the end, don't reach your maximum potential. This is the effect of surrounding yourself with people with a limited mindset. When you mix with people who have no interest in growing financially, or who believe that there's no way to get rich or money is bad, your beliefs are influenced too. A limited mindset is the belief that there's a fixed number of resources or that it's not possible to improve. It's a scarcity mindset. Those who think this way are often afraid to take risks, avoid investing, believe money only brings problems, or live with a nothing I can do attitude. But the rich have a completely different mindset. They believe in abundance, that there's always a way to grow, learn, and improve. They surround themselves with people who think big, who invest, and who are always seeking the next level. And most importantly, they believe that if one person can, everyone can. This type of mindset expands your possibilities. When you're around people who are constantly seeking more, you begin to feel inspired, motivated, and challenged to do more too. On the other hand, if you only surround yourself with people who are satisfied with the minimum or who are afraid to take risks, you'll eventually believe that's the best for you too. This is a powerful phenomenon. Did you know that the 5 people you spend the most time with have a significant influence on your success and thinking? This includes your family, friends, and co-workers. If these people lack financial ambition or don't believe it's possible to improve, your mind starts to shape itself according to these patterns. The good news is that you have control over who you choose to have in your life. You can start surrounding yourself with people who share the same goals as you, who have a growth mindset, and who inspire you to be better and bolder. Have you been seeking to be around people who challenge you to grow financially? Or are you letting others' lack of vision limit your own dreams? Remember, the mindset of those around you directly influences your own beliefs and actions. So if you want to grow financially, seek to surround yourself with people who think big, who look for opportunities, and who believe success is achievable for everyone. There is a very common belief that money is the root of all evil. This idea has been passed down through generations, and many truly believe that if they had less desire for money, they would live happier and more peaceful lives. However, this view is completely wrong. Robert Kiyosaki, in his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, explains that in reality, money is not the problem. The problem lies in how you see and use it. He argues that instead of viewing money as something negative, we should understand it as a powerful tool, a tool that can open doors, create opportunities, and provide freedom. The way you relate to money says a lot about your financial potential. If you see it as something bad or something to be avoided, you automatically block your own opportunities. Many people feel guilty for wanting more money, as if it were a sin or something selfish. This scarcity mindset and belief that money is bad only limits your possibilities. Now imagine the mindset of the rich. They see money in a completely different way. For them, money is a tool that enables grand actions, like helping others, investing in high-impact projects, and even achieving financial freedom to do what they truly love. Money is not something to be feared, but something to be understood, managed, and multiplied. When you have an abundance mindset about money, you begin to understand that it is merely a means to achieve your goals, to transform your ideas into reality. It provides the conditions for you to grow, develop, and have more impact, not only in your life, but also in the lives of those around you. The rich know that by learning to generate more money and manage this resource wisely, they can create a cycle of abundance. They make money work for them, not the other way around. Now think for a moment. Do you see money as something bad or as a tool to achieve your goals? Do you believe that having more money could help you achieve your dreams? Or do you see it as a problem to be avoided? If you want to be financially successful, it's crucial to change this mindset. Money is not the villain, but the key to unlocking your potential and achieving your goals. When you start seeing it positively and as An ally, opportunities will begin to open up for you in ways you never imagined. So what did you think of these tips? If you feel that these ideas could really make a difference in your life, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving more content like this. Oh, and if you know someone who needs to hear this advice and change their perspective on money and finances, share this video with them. It could be the first step toward a life transformation. Let's go together on this journey to achieve financial success.